Hold on, Bash. Hey, what's up? What's up? Hey, what up, Bash? What's good? Hey, my God. Look, go ahead, Bash. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go. Why you let me buy your shoe?
All right, guys, one at a time.
All right, Nate, you go ahead, Nate. Cool. Oh, hey, Kyrie, I have a real question. Who wins on a one-on-one, you or Uncle Drew?
Me or Uncle Drew? Uncle Drew, of course. Uncle Drew, of course, man. Appreciate you.
My second one, do you believe in aliens?
Do I believe in aliens?
Yes.
Wow.
I want to know.
Man, of course I do.
Okay, cool. There you go. Hey, Kyrie, we still got the bet.
You're a
Hey,
fool.
you versus Odell Beckham. Who's going to win? $5,000.
And what?
In basketball, one-on-one.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it, Batch. I know that was a setup. Stop it. You know.
Hey, Mr. Kyrie.
It's Kyrie. Kyrie.
Remember
Got you.
you were in the show?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. If you had a chance to take a shower with one of the NBA players, who would it be?
Wow. Next question. You know. Yes.
You like guacamole?
Yeah, of course. Fresh guacamole, like it. Yeah.
Who's your hero?
My hero?
Yeah.
My dad, man. My dad. Yep.
Me too. Congratulations. That's good.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Hey, you like the musical The Weekend?
The what?
You remember that you say the show?
You Rent?
The Weekend, the musical The Weekend.
No, I've never seen it. What's that?
Remember the musical thing that you say you like it?
Yeah, Rent.
You know about the witches?
Oh, you talking about the plays?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it?
No, I haven't.
Oh, all right.
Nah, man. I wish.
All right.
When they first announced,
Yes, sir.
Take care, man.
Thank you, man. You too.
when they first announced the draft of captains, did you think about or, in your head predict which team you would be on?
No, not really. I mean, I'm just appreciative of the opportunity. You kind of got used to the format right away of what it was going to be, who was going to choose. I kind of had a feeling which team I was going to be on, though. Like, I don't think Steph would, have chosen me with the first pick in the draft. I think that, he would probably choose some bigger size to go well with his team. So, but either way, I was pretty cool with it.
So how do you feel about playing with Lebron James?
Well, I think it'd be awesome, man. It's great.
Did you throw him at you tonight?
It's an all-star game. It's an all-star game. We'll see.
Kyrie, I got a question. What was it like starting the first movie?
Starring in the first movie, man, it was awesome. Uncle Drew comes out June 29th. Nate is in it. Plug. Yeah. So, we have Reggie, Shaq, Tiffany Haddish, Erica Ash. It's directed by Charles Stone, written by Jay Longino, and just looking forward to, putting it all together. Acting is something that I could add to my resume. It's hard as heck. Man, the hours and commitment and sacrifice you have to make, to really commit yourself to becoming, really, really great in front of the camera. It was pretty hard task, but something well worth it. Glad that I had the opportunity to be part of it with a great cast, as well as Lil Rel Howery is in it as well. So I'm looking forward to it.
Is it surreal to you at some point that you have been able to extend?
You said Team Holat? Shout out Team Holat. You already know, yes, sir.
Kyrie, when you've been able to establish your brand in a multitude of areas, whether shoes, movies, that whole
Fool. Knock it off, Jack.
is that Nate?
You a fool.
Is that Nate said?
Oh no, it's Jack.
I got a question right quick. Let me get this question out your way.
Oh my goodness.
You see this, right?
Appreciate it. What's that? Spinning globe.
Say,
Spinning globe.
people been saying this that. Kyrie, yeah, we all know you think it's flat. We all know that. And I tell him I got a great relationship with my little bro.
Yes, sir.
I can get him to sign around.
You sound the right one?
Sign the round.
Son, you want your globe signed?
Yes.
Come on, Stack.
Nobody said I couldn't do it. Get my globe signed. And it's round. It is not flat.
Can we do that off camera?
We can do it off.
I appreciate you, Stack. Yes, sir.
Kyrie, do you like the new format? Was it necessary, this kind of new format?
We'll see. Honestly, looking forward to competing at a very high level out there. I think it's just the mentality going in. you know, it's individually based, and then I think a few of us will probably make the game a lot more competitive. Just you know, going out there and enjoying ourselves while still having you know, understanding what we're trying to get ready for after the All-Star game. It's a great experience for the fans, great experience for the media. You know, but we all have important goals that we want to accomplish after this All-Star break. So, you know, you want to have some, you know, a great competitive spirit while also being smart out there as best you can.
You and Durant have a relationship outside of just seeing each other in the regular season, because you guys seem to be really comfortable during the locker room and workouts.
Yeah. No, he's a great friend of mine, man. You know, we've gotten a chance to get to know one another over the last few years. You know, and we have a deep-rooted connection with a great friend of ours. So, you know, he kind of helped bridge that connection, and you know, we've just continued to get to know one another. He's, you know, awesome person.
When did you start to think about your brand and just expanding that over time? I mean, you're 25 years old, but you've done quite a few things on your resume to, you know, really get the Kyrie brand out there.
It comes with a lot of sacrifice. You know, privacy, you know, but, you know, when you get a chance to put kind of your creative influence and inspirations and things that have helped you develop as a person, you know, and you get to share that with the world, I think that's pretty awesome. And if you get to share it through, you know, art, you know, through my game, through different avenues of sponsorships, and you're able to get that message across to people, is pretty awesome. So I try to take full advantage of that.
What do you think about people who think players should stick to just playing basketball? Because clearly that's not what you've been about, and when you look at the things you've done.
I think that you know, sometimes because of the way we're put on this platform, I think people have opinions on you know, the way we should be and how we should act and things that we should be involved with. And I think that the more thing that gets graced over is that we're all human beings at the end of the day. So it's pretty tough, you know, finding that balance. But for me, I think it's just about respect of you know, all people, you know, and that's something I always try to hammer home, and something I was taught as a kid. And you know, it's crazy because it's you know, you get slack for saying something about certain things and feeling strongly, and then, you know, if you don't say enough, then you get the bad end of that as well. So I think that if you feel confident and you're knowledgeable on a lot of things and you feel strongly about it, then you should go for it. I don't think it should be directed whether you're an athlete or anybody. Everyone has a voice, and I think that it should be well respected.
What's it like being a teammate of LeBron again?
It's pretty awesome, man.
When you saw him today, what was the conversation like?
Just normal. Sorry, I know that sounds like not a lot, but it's just normal.
What's your memory about the last Celtic that you won the title?
You say that one more time?
The memory that you have in your mind about the last Celtic that won the title.
Well, they beat my favorite player, so, you know, they beat Kobe in that finals, and you know, before I even got to the league, I was mad at the Celtics for a little bit, just because of how mad and pissed off Kobe was after they lost, and seeing him up there, and now that I get the chance to play for the, you know, historic franchise, you know, it's pretty awesome, and I take full advantage of trying to learn as much possible about the history, because now I'm part of a long lineage of Celtics players, and you have a unique responsibility to uphold the tradition of Celtic pride. So, you know, it's been a learning experience for me, and I'm glad that I get to be part of it. What? You said my team? I don't really get caught up in that. For me, it's just about gaining as much knowledge about my teammates, gaining experience, you know, teaching each other, learning from each other, and you know, trying to prepare for going after things that are bigger than ourselves. So, you know, it's just tough when you're coming in and so much newness, and, you know, you want to put your identity on a lot of things, and you have to just have a lot of patience. So, just a real big test for me of being in this unique role here in Boston now. So. What's up?
Is it overstating it to say that he's actually helping redefine
I think along with Al and along with other guys, we're having the normal prototypical four-man and knowing the roles and kind of having an ideal of what they should be doing. I think it's changing along with guard play. I mean, just the game is just getting better and in very unique ways. Guys are stepping away more, playing more perimeter based, creating a lot more opportunities of playing behind the three-point line and being a threat. Just opens up a lot more spacing for your team. So Al, being part of our team, does that. Well, it creates a lot more space. So, coming off the screen and roll, he's able to roll to the rim as well as pop back and shoot the jumper. He's a threat for me, threat for our whole team.
What's it like to be on the court with just that much talent?
Well, I was telling some of the guys that this was for me. It was myself, Russ, KD, AD, and LeBron, and it's probably one of the best fives. Best fives I've ever been on the court with. Just the talent. It's just wow, man. And you see, how big of fans we are of one another, and then we're all on the floor together. It's pretty awesome. And I think that lineup is something that you kind of envision in a video game. And for me to actually, be part of it is something awesome. We've talked about it. Like I said, I think it's more individually based in terms of the competitive fire, but I know that we're pretty excited to be out there and compete and go at one another for a little bit and have a little fun. What'd you say?
What do you expect from the game? Do you expect it last year or previous?
That's the hope. In theory, hope that it's. I would love for it to be better than it was last year. So that's the hope. What's going on, Hong Kong? Kyrie checking in.
Kyrie, even though you're on a new team, you have a great chance to compete for a championship again. What do you think your chances and what do you need to achieve that once again?
Just experience.
That's
the best.
Best dunk ever.
That's the best case. That's the best thing. It's just experience that we can gain right now as we just learning more and more about one another and what we want to accomplish as a team. So, it's just so new from the standpoint of us, having some great success this season, going through ups and downs. But we just have a lot to go through. And, some adversity we have to hit. Really. Huh?
What do you like about your coach?
I leave all the opinions and who's best for everyone else. I think that I'm just appreciative that I get the opportunity to learn from him as much as possible and really just be out there and be a sponge. He does so many great things on and off the floor, just how he approaches the game, how strategic he is, his adjustments. So you just learn a lot.
What would it be like?
You said what?
Porzingis 2 weeks ago said that you're one of his favorite players.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Just reaction to his injury, not able to be a teammate of yours.
Man, it's one thing that absolutely sucks in sports and life sometimes, but just going through injuries, man. Sending just well wishes to him and great energy. That dude's so freaking talented and it's tough, man. It's tough. So you just hope that mentally that he's able to jump over those hurdles. It's tough coming back and knowing the process and kind of having that window that you're trying to hit of how long you have to wait in order to do certain things. But I know he's always in the gym and he's a hard worker. So I wish Porzingis nothing but the best. And I told him, I was like, man, I would love to play with a big like you, man. When we played them probably in the beginning of the season, you know, when he came to Boston, man, I was just like, he's so versatile. So, you know, I just wish him none the best and hope he comes back even stronger.
Best dunk ever.
You said what?
Best dunk ever.
Best dunk ever.
That's right.
I don't know. I'm gonna go off the wall. One of my favorites, and like it was crazy that he actually did it, but I don't know if you guys remember this, but Ricky Davis actually tried to throw it between the legs, missed, and then did a windmill off vert. That was ridiculous. That was like in game though. Ricky Davis tried to go in between his like in game, got the rebound, then did a windmill. That's probably one of my favorites ever.
Okay, best dunker ever.
Best dunker?
Of all time.
I don't know. There's so many. I don't know. There's so many. To first-time All-Stars, good luck. You know, after this and you doing all your appearances and being everywhere and stopping at every suite and enjoying, you know, the family time. You know, aside from that, enjoy the experience itself because it's something that, you know, you can really cement in your career that you've accomplished, and you know you're now part of an elite group. So
What's that process like, and what's next?
I appreciate that. Man, it's a long process. It probably takes about a year and some change to make a shoe and really get the aesthetics right and what you want to tell in terms of the stories and the colorways. And for me, I always try to have you know, artistic approach as best I can of, you know, not trying to be too critical, having the freedom to create what you want, you know, making sure that it's for the culture because you want to embody that as much as possible. Thinking about the lineage of shoes that have come before you, you try to pay homage to a lot of the generations of shoes that have come before you. So you want to hit a lot of different marks. Sometimes you don't. You know, it's part of the, you know, the shoe industry. So for me, I love doing it. It's just so awesome, you know, because I know that I'm in this very unique stage of my life of age where, you know, I'm you know, born in the 90s, for all you old people, born in the 90s. So, you know, a lot of things were transcended in that time of just technology, different things. So I have just an old soul and just try to embody that in everything I do. So.
How do you feel about the 2018 NBA trade?
Wow. That was my reaction.
Anybody
Wow.
shocked or anybody who you would have put at a different team if you could have your way?
I'm in Boston.
Some people say I'm hard for a shooter.
I got a 3-year-old son, man, a young basketball player. We hear about all the legendary drills that your father put you through, man.
Yeah.
What's some of your favorite drills that you had as a kid? What's your advice for ball handlers?
Well, one thing I'm appreciative that my dad, man, he never really had to give me the motivation to go out and work on my game. He gave me some drills of, you know, pretty simple drills, and he enabled me to figure out what best worked for me. You know, I remember a time in my backyard, my dad was telling me, you know, this is how you go between your legs. You want to really go between your legs and get the power off your back foot. And here I am, I'm probably about 9 years old. I'm telling him, I'm like, Dad, I actually like it better this way. Like, I actually like going between my legs just with a little bit of a wider stance. And he's over there, no, I'm telling you, this is the right way. And, you know, I've always had that combative personality of kind of challenging authority, whether it be good or bad sometimes. But, you know, from that point on, my dad was like, wow, you know, first off, you stood up for yourself, son. And secondly, you know what's best for you and what works for you. So I think that teaching and, you know, just younger people is just so awesome because you get to see them grow. But once you give them their space to kind of make mistakes and learn what works for them, it's pretty awesome. So I know that's not necessarily drills, but, you know, he gave me a lot of things that I could work on, then I just took it from there.
Did you really dribble with I heard you used to dribble with the bag, man. Is that true, man?
Yeah, I did for a little bit, man, because it's just as small as it sounds, it's just if you could dribble with a plastic bag on a basketball, you should be able to dribble anything. You know, it's just that was my mindset going in.
Some people say Miles shouldn't be here because of the numbers. Tell us as a teammate what he brings to the table to deserve to be in the All-Star.
I mean, we do promote winning, and he's been a big part of our team and in terms of our success. So I think that should be rewarded. I think that pretty simple. And what he's done for us on a consistent basis is and not only mentor these young guys, but help us be as prepared as we can going into game to game. He offers a lot of versatility, so you just try to utilize him as much as possible, and he's done a great job of just trying to remain consistent.
When you found out that he was going to be in the skills competition, how did you think that he would translate to what these guys are going to go to tonight?
That's easy, man. That's easy for Al, man. That's easy. Dribbling the basketball, shooting a three, weaving in between defenders a little bit, or the stick guys that they have up there. I think it'll be fun for him. I don't know. I haven't gotten there yet.
Kyrie, with Uncle Drew coming out, are you the best NBA actor of all time?
What did you say?
With Uncle Drew coming out this summer, are you the best NBA actor of all time?
It's yet to be. The movie is yet to be seen. I hope I get great reviews.
I'm going with Shaq and Kazam.
Are you going with Shaq or Kazam?
I believe in you,
I appreciate you, man. Thanks.
What is your favorite All-Star memory from other All-Star games you watched before you actually came to
My favorite All-Star memory that I've watched? Probably the All-Star game that was in Utah. I'm trying to think what year that was. But it was so many great players out there. Man, those dudes are so good in the All-Star games back then. So.
And if LeBron were to join Golden State, how would that team look with Steph and KD?
I don't know.
What would you say is the most fascinating thing about the Celtics? Who's the appeal?
You said what?
The most fascinating thing about the Celtics.
The most fascinating thing? I would probably say the history, the traditions that you now are a part of. Seeing the way the fans pay so much homage to the legends and to the players that have donned a Celtics uniform and really gone out there and given it all they had. They show a lot of respect to those who leave it all out there on the floor on a consistent basis, and it's just awesome to be a part of. What do you say? No, never satisfied. Never satisfied. There's always room to grow, always room to learn. I think that we've, had some success thus far. But honestly, the only thing that's going to matter is these last 23 games going into the playoffs and being as best prepared as we can to face anything and everything from every team, for whatever team that we play. So, I'm looking forward to that challenge. Man, we're still learning. That's all, man. That's the biggest thing for us, is that we're at a point in our season where we're starting to learn a lot more about one another.